Welcome back, everybody, to the Warlord SBAS plays Torment, Numenera, episode 93. Last time we started exploring the new area where the doctors are, and we started talking joint, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Alright, what else can you tell me about Demeries and Orvik, or whatever? They work miracles, these two. If you're of interest to them, he looks at you keenly. If you are of interest to them, they bring you fearsome knowledge to understand you. If you tell me more of the soldier, I may be able to help you. No, I had to use one. He thinks carefully at the soldier and probably, to be certain, they're not listening. Perhaps you are of interest in peaks when I tell you the Murdens from Old Slab Block raid this place some days ago. They stole their soldier standard, the flag of battle. And if someone wants to have their captain owe him a favor, return his standard. This makes the proud soldier a slave for a moment. A person could force him to a task or make him lose face with his troops. A task that frees the slump perhaps. Okay. So I can make him do something if I do that. Okay. Let's go. So we'll steal this first. The cast from which Phyllis is fighting is made from staff of dark wood. The thin steel bands hold the barrels staves tight, and you can see the dent in the thin steel, where some sort of ornamentation has fallen off. Inside, dark spice alcohol sloshes. Oh, I can't even do anything with that. Fine.
Go.
Jurgen. No, you're not going to talk to me.
In this
Fine.
world, then.
What about inside here? Clearly, these are the doctors, so they might do something interesting. Why, good sir! Greetings, and welcome to our little operation. His long face suffices with a smile at his joke. His sagging skin and the dark bags under his eyes speak of a deep physical weariness, but his manner is bright and cheery. He wipes his nose on a filthy sleeve and extends his hand. My name is Dr. Demery. His partner steps forward as well, and I am Dr. Overwatch. He stands there extending his. It's probably best to grasp the top one. Like his partner, his face is long and it seemed. Unlike his partner, each of his arms is bifurcated at the elbow with a mechanical forearm and hand grafted to them. A multitude of prosthetic eyes are drilled into the top of his head. Okay. He turns to his companion. Galistes! The years have been kind, or, he adds, chuckling, they've been kind to those of you within range of my perception. Galistes' voice is as warm as you have ever heard it. The good surgeons, how fare your adventurous art? Well. Now that we're in the bloom, we no longer need a scalpel with mundane things like antiquated laws or alleged codes of ethics, and are free to pursue the avenues of thought that were previously closed. Protectorate? But what are they protecting? Certainly not their sick and unusual citizens. I don't suppose you've managed to make headway on my concern. They may not be the brightest scientists, but I do so love their daring. And let him continue. Not yet, alas. Other matters have come up. Other avenues have opened. Other possibilities have beckoned. He smiles again. That's a response for the three of you. There are so many possibilities here. If only we could find another dimensional husk. Perhaps make one. Yet not one answer for my possibilities. You've had years, and we fracture through time. My sister's voices grow louder, and I grow louder in the minds as well. This situation is becoming intolerable. I must know, can you find a way to sever us? Or can you find a way for us to integrate ourselves smoothly? Have you researched the datasphere as we suggested? Should the avenue prove unattainable, I believe we might be able to achieve severance from your sisters. Indeed, I have prepared an injector that can mute the influence of your sisters in your mind. It will require you to remove the actuator permanently to take a full effect. Its use would be a point of no return. He wrings his hand. I wish I had better news for you. Perhaps we might look into another avenue for you. That's all, is it? She sighs in the exaggerated manner as you have ever seen. Give me the injection then. I might as well get something out of our relationship. She holds her hand imperiously. The doctor meekly places the syringe in her palm. We sacrificed my sister for your knowledge. I'd hope you would have further answers for us. Our apologies, Callistige. We'll begin a new course of study shortly. Hint of steel creeps into his voice. We can change the past. We can't change the past, at least not yet. So, that will have to suffice. His warm tones return. Now what can we do for your traveler? For you, traveler? You can tell me of yourselves. His chest puffs. We are Triggins, not doctors doctors and explorers. We seek to expand the universe of medical knowledge. We have found the answers to many questions, dissecting and dissecting any number of strange beasts. And we came over closer to unlocking the deeper secrets of human existence. I hasten to add that we are not licensed in a number of jurisdictions, and in fact I understand that several localities have warrants for arrest. He gestures to himself. We do nothing to others that we are not willing to perform on ourselves. In fact, we only seek out specialized person. We are particular about our patients. So far we've escaped arrest. Not like the poor gibbery bastard Mintok. What became of him, I wonder? But where are our managers? How can we help you? What sort of work do you do here? We take any number of specialized patients. Like, take patient 27, for example. Or Jaunt, as he calls himself. He was a visitant from another world, an alien creature. Our local maw devoured him and then spat him out a year later without his skin, muscle, or memory. Yet if you look at him, you can see that he has both skin and muscle. Granted, it's human skin and muscle, but that's all we had to work with. He pauses. We couldn't do anything about his memory. The skin and muscle doesn't suit patient 27's body structure, of course, but what only makes it more amazing. Why couldn't you restore his memory? The balloon devours not more than flesh and bone. It's hyper-aware, hyper-sentient, and its needs are still beyond our knowledge. We do know that it sometimes feeds on certain mental stats, and that certain physical wavelengths attract its attention. Psychic wavelengths. Ugh. I theorize that it is nourished itself on these wavelengths. This is most likely what happened to Jaunt. His essence, if you will, has been absorbed and probably excreted by now. There's no recovery from that. Okay. So I can't do any unnecessary surgeries to myself? Come back. I am disappointed that I can't do unnecessary surgeries to myself. Alright, Orthfang. You see a tall, nervous man pacing back and forth. His hair is a mess, his clothing stained with food and chemicals. His left eye engraved an orb of metal, and you can hear it whirring from a distance. He casts fruitful glances all around the space as if waiting for someone or something. Do I know you? He peers at your tattoo, then at your face. You seem vaguely familiar. Perhaps I've seen you somewhere before. My name is Orthfang. Can you tell me about yourself? I was a researcher at Order of Truth, but they objected to the work I was doing for a friend. Suffice to say, this is not going well, and I can talk about it to anyone but him. Wait. Maybe it's the guy I found out that was spying on them? You're doing research for a friend? Will you tell me his name? I suppose it doesn't matter. His name is Algern. God damn it, Algern. Perhaps your face betrays a sense of recognition, or the aim priest is not just unusually perceptive. For you immediately brightens. You know him? Don't you? Please, if you can get a message to Algern, ask him to meet me here, or bring him here yourself. He is extremely important when I speak to him. What are you doing in this place? I see him on my own, do I? It's the robes. He plucks the rich fabric, which is far too clean for the bloom. I needed a quiet place to continue my research project, somewhere I wouldn't be disturbed. I'm not the first Aeon priest to end a personal slump, though you wouldn't know it to look at these people. At least there's an educated community here of sorts. What happened to your left eye? This nothing. I was doing some research in Order of Truth and found this delightful apparatus. I thought that it would appear to be a prosthetic device, and as I was studying it more closely, it leapt into my face and devoured my eye. Then it mated itself with my visual cortex. The pain was tremendous. Of course, just blinding. If you pardon my phrasing. But then I awoke. I discovered that I would see the multiple spectra, discern remarkably small objects, and occasionally expand my consciousness into other dimensions. Or perhaps those are just headaches paired with euphoria. Whatever the case, I was worthwhile sacrifice, and I hardly ever noticed it there anymore. Interesting. So,
if you want a job done right,
I guess I'll have to do a little party management. No, Algern won't join while she's here.
Well then, farewell. For now. You won't be gone long.
It's true. Chaser and Sean, you realize you won't be able to find me again, don't you? I won't be staying here, and that's for certain. I've got a way to contact you if we need you. Don't worry, I will have you back in a millisecond after I do this one thing. Because I'm definitely not wanting Algern over you. Algern. Algern says in his mind, "Oh, it's you, sure kid."
ready to take on the world.
Put the orb away. I don't want Algern. He's whiny.
I'll remember that.
Algern, I heard you were in the bloom, but I didn't dare come to look for you. He looks around anxiously. I had a revelation about your tattoo, so that as I was examining the frame, if I could just compare the windings of your tattoos with the circuitry of the frame, I could verify my hypothesis. Unfortunately, Murder stole the frame, and I have no idea where it is. Did you get my note? Roth. Aroth, what is your name? What in the name of Black 3 are you doing here? When do you leave the Order of Truth? He reaches out and grabs Horace's lapels and grits. What note? I left you a note in the Order of Truth. I thought you'd surely go back there. A soul horror begins to dawn in his face. Did you stop using the tattoos? No, I've been working on powering them, making them more effective, honing my controls. He looks serious. It worries me. What could have set him off like this? He pinches the bridge of his nose. Oh, alright, that's my fault. I should have been more clear, and maybe it's nothing. I needed the frame to be sure, though. But stop using them, right? Right now. Keep them close to you. Where did the murders take the frame? Back in the filthy nest, no doubt. I've heard they eat people, and I'm not much of a fighter. Or a negotiator, for that matter. I just don't know for sure. What are we waiting for? Let's go find it, yeah? Why did you not did you tell Aragorn to stop using his tattoo? I have some suspicions, but I can only tell Aragorn. If I am correct, there will be minimal harm. If I am correct, well, I will have some news that will be delighted to receive. Delighted. Alright.
Why not?
So let's get rid of Aragorn. Because I used him for the one thing I want.
I've waited long enough.
Oh, that's not your voice. Your voice is way whinier. Part ways, blah blah blah, I don't care. Go away, Elgorn. No one likes you. And mirrors, I believe this is Calisthes. Press the button with the thumb and you feel eyes, countless eyes out. Numbering the stars turn toward you, seeking your identity and your secrets. Calisthes and her sisters. Can you join me? Says Calisthes' voice inside your head. Oh, it's you, dear. Of course. I'll be right there.
Well, I feel better.
Alright.
Why not?
Alright. We have the maw.
It is done.
And the area's over here. Boris.
Updated my journal.
This young man's beauty shines even though through his grimy face and his tattered clothes. His eyes are wide and staring electric blue. And the movement of his fingers traced through the air look like little birds in flight. He snaps out of his rear and grins at you, his teeth even and white against his brown skin. In close examination, you see that his rags were once fine fabrics, carefully and expertly stitched. Where am I going to get my money? Hello, he looks quite affluent. He greets you with an easy familiarity, but like an old companion. His voice is smooth and educated, mellifluous and soft. Hello, friend. My name's Boris. Can you spare 200 shins? I need the money. Why? Why? Friend, do you remember the first time you fell in love? The sweet laughter of an infant? The taste of a tear when you hear their friend's death? I do. I remember them even though they haven't happened to me. He saw puzzlement across his face. At least I don't think they have, but no matter. Here inside this shop, Sheen sells the essence of those experiences. If you have the shins, you can live them all yourself. My family never understood. They wouldn't even try it. At least you can live them. At least you can live them until you run out of the money, which I have. Did I ask that you for shins already? I could swear I only need 200 shins. Disown me, at least I think they did. I'd have several families thanks to Sheen. Okay. You're super, druggy. I'm here today, but I do have news for you. What automaton is giving you free? I can just send him to death, apparently. Just give me free essence samples. No. I'm not gonna support your drug problem.
All right.
Square bubbles. Neat. Hello, Sheen. When she turns, you realize that the thing you had mistaken for a bundle of sticks and twine is a woman. An impossible thin woman, her face all angles and lines. Her arms, summer twigs, her clothes drape across her like soilcloth, and though her face is young, her eyes are old and old. Her hands are pitted and scarred from an alchemical process. The apparatus for which she stands in dizzying profusion behind her. You know, they really need pictures or something for these characters to see what they look like. Words are great, but pictures are way better. I'm just saying. She does not meet your gaze as she grates at you, but her eyes roll across your body, watching you waitfully. Traveler, the shop of Sheen lies open before you. Essence distilled. Draughts for quaffing. Experience delivered, a mouthful at a time. Her voice is flat, though endorsement of her voice sings at a register you cannot hear. Let me see what you have for no. What do you mean, you said essence distilled and experience delivered? That which we eat and that which we drink, this is not the only nourishment in our lives. Without joy, without peace, without happiness or courage, existence itself becomes empty. These stats I recreate into dull lives and store an odor of glory. She looks predator for a moment. Clients come to me from across the projectorate. They desire to open themselves to new sensations, though perhaps unpleasant. Why? I ask not. Unpleasant horizon into the depths of human experience. Some seek solace in pain or domination of or unusual abilities, where the traveler to present a gift of a unique experience, a transfusion of energy. To Sheen, arrangements might be made. This traveler, though scarred as he is, may have an interesting perspective. Tell me about yourself. The expression drains from her face. From the clock of Kalal, I hail. Superior made flesh. The city of bleh. The house above the bleh. Saw my birthright. To explore, to delve, to understand, yet still at her is his wisdom. With the implants, told my family that my researches endangered me, reduced me from an augur to a mere human. Her voice has risen to a shout, and she collects herself. The Indal, clear and fresh as a morning jewel. She continues more calmly. Rather than suffer legal exile, to this place I came. The bloom sought a piece of my mind, and so I took a piece of its. And from this connection came the ability to draw essences. Clients seek me now, seek my knowledge. Care not whether my modification endanger my bliss. The angry cross of her eyes suggests that these memories are not anything but. She turns and spits into a ball near her strange apparatus. We traded it all for one more glimpse of the river city. The bloom, my suffering. Can you create a mixture that will open the mon here in the slump? Know you what it seeks? All creatures live in desire. So too must the maw desire something. It wants to devour blah. She closes her eyes as if picturing blah in her mind. The man wears the black mask of fear, but he carries the mark of a hero. He carries a soldier's essence, but he has forgotten his face. Its face. He frowns and holds up 2 bony fingers. 2 ways to do such. 1, she holds up her finger. Fetch me his skin and bring me his hair, and I find the truth of the man. A warning. The contorter will see no change if you give him the essence. You must provide another subject. I mean to say that another must ingest his essence. She meets your gaze for a moment. The blue is not gentle. Few would accept your offer knowing this. Only the truly desperate plot this course. 2, she lifts her finger. Second finger. I can remind him of his truth. I tell you this, the bloom will likely devour him. Simply look in my wares and you shall find out bravery that he requires. Curious what these are. A quickness. It's an elder. The tongues. These are all ciphers. Okay. Or skill from training. I guess I can give the psychic feeling, I guess. Let's see what she says. You see her eyes widen in anticipation. Sheen has heard of such as you. Dominators and manipulators. Sheen offers essence and trade for those energies. Your offering lowers my price. Does the traveler accept? Yeah, why not? Then step in with me. She reaches out for you as she activates her apparatus. Hand makes contact with you and a rainbow of aura sails across both of you. And feel connection in her mind, floating images of a grand palace arching over a river, a mad flight over polluted swamplands, and a great aura predators that swoop into unwarily travels in a grassland that seems to have no end. Feel the familiar swirl of tidal energies begin deep within you. As the machine continues to whirl, you feel her insistent thoughts pushing in your mind. The tidals curl around her shell of her mind and compresses her body becomes a puppet to your will. It's dancing to your invisible strength. Her grasp on your arm tightens as she rises and screams, but she lets it go on and on. Finally, with a shriek, she releases her grip on your arm and fumbles out for a beaker. Some solid, bloody tears spill from her eyes. Great gouts of rich and putrid scabrous tissue. She retrieves them with her bottle, scraping the lip of the bottle up her cheeks to ensure that she captures the essence completely. That burst winds down and the rainbow glow fades. Sheen meets your eyes for a long moment. Let's never do that again. Browse the wares. The cost is negligible. Alright. Alright. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Next time. So, we're going to end it here. Next time, we'll try to open that maw over there. Because then we talk to everyone here. So, until next time, remember, it's chaos. You go mad. Bye.